Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. You know what's happening right now? I actually starting to break away from this sort of like I'm speaking, but I don't feel like it's me. Are you experiencing that at all? That's your consciousness is expanding. So you're not really, your energy is expanding outside of your body and connecting to everything that you are. Don't worry, nothing negative. It's actually super positive. So you're actually expanding into all consciousness. And so you're going to connect to everything. You're going to be very aware of things. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to do something really cool today. I want to talk to you about opening up to total abundance. I want you to, this is going to be real simple. Of course, you know, I have 1,001 videos about this. So, all right, this is a fun little pyramid that a friend brought back from, I think, Singapore. So let me take a sip of coffee before we go into this. Oof. I got one of those little vanilla creamers. All right. So my friend brought this back. I think it's pencil holder or something, but you know, it has little monies in here and stuff. And you know, again, this doesn't manifest anything for you, but it's the belief behind it that does. And this is why items, you know, people use items and candles and all that stuff. You've seen probably saw my manifestation that a lot of people got a real kick out of. That it's really not the things that are creating it. It's your belief and the power that you put behind everything, the energies. Again, it's belief. So if you're believing something, if somebody tells you something, like people with horoscopes, you're going to have a great day, you'll have a great day, or you're going to have a bad day, and then all of a sudden you're having a bad day. Somewhere in your head, maybe it's unconscious, you create it. This is why it's so important for you to control what is coming in. Shutting down the news. I've had people tell me that they stopped watching the news and that they've noticed a huge difference in how happy they are and that they're manifesting really positive stuff. And I've had a lot of people shut down the news. And you know, I haven't watched the news in, wow, 10 years? All right, probably longer. It was before Obama went in the first time when Obama came in. All right, so I want you to look at this. Now the pyramid is very positive. It has mystical powers of some kind. I don't fully understand it, but I know that we've had visitors, and I think that there are signs of this all over the planet that obviously it's some kind of a mystical message, power, I don't know. But we all know that there's something really great to the pyramid. But I'm going to do something, not to the pyramid, because it's still a pyramid. Now, I want you to remember this. This is still a pyramid. Just because it's not, you know, in the same position that we are in, it's still a pyramid, even upside down, okay? So don't like go, she put the pyramid upside down. I want you to think of abundance this way. I'm using this because this is exactly how your abundant energy works. This point right here is when you are totally focused on you. Have you ever gone out with somebody and all they ever talk about is themselves? They never even ask you how you are or what you're up to. Or if they do, it's briefly because they can't wait to get back on talking about themselves and their problems and all this other stuff, right? We all do it. Hold on. And the thing is if they asked you, it's a nice gesture, but the truth is they really don't care about you. They just care about what you're doing for them at the moment because they're talking about themselves. Well, that's okay. I mean, that they're into the me, correct my stuff. And they could be on a very positive plane, maybe really nice, giving, lovely people, but they're still focused on the me. Right here. That's the me. Now, what does that do? So when I have you do a meditation and you push your energy out, what I'm doing is having you connect to everything that you are. But when you're not doing that, and you're in here, you're not accessing all of this out here. You are so dense in this dense body with its physical limitations, with this density of thinking, not opening up. When you meditate, you stop the thinking, you open up. The density about my problems, I need to solve my problems, I want things, worry. Even when you think you're not, you're still thinking about you. It's me. And I got to fix me first. Well, I always say, put the oxygen mask on first. If the plane's in trouble, you can't help anybody else. But here's what happens when you're so consumed with me. This down here is not up here. Do you know what it's up here? Total expansion. This is total abundance up here. This down here has access to nothing. The same problems. There's no access to all of the abundance. The person that makes a lot of money, the new opportunities, meeting all these other people that are on a higher frequency, joy, laughter, healing, peace is all up here. In this, and it continues on. It's just open. It's limitless. It's endless. So, even though I have it upside down, and this money's going there, because we always think of expansion as up, but that's irrelevant. There is no direction in anything. How can it be? The earth is rotating all the time. We're in every direction. There's no up and down. There's literally no up and down. So you, this little me, and I flipped it. I flipped it because, hold on. I flipped it because we always think of things as a cup holding something. Things are open up here. The sky, heaven, everything's up and higher because higher is really relative to a higher frequency. But a higher frequency has no place. It's just a frequency. It's an energy. So when you're into me, you're not accessing. See all that money down there? So don't think of this as up and down. I'm just working with gravity right now. The little me, it's all about me, my problems, wah. Never thinking about anybody else. And sometimes they think that they're thinking about other people. Well, I'm helping people, but you're always thinking about you, right? We all do it. Oh, I'm helping other people, but I'm doing it for me. Or I'm doing it and then I feel bad, or I feel like people are taking advantage of me, or I'm always giving. There's nothing up here. See that? There's nothing up here with the little me. When you start to put your energy out and focus on other people, the peace on this earth, expanding yourself into all of that. How can I be of service? How can my life, this little life up here, become something greater? Not me about stressing, wanting to get stuff. What is out here? Look at the abundance. Look at that money down there. Look at the mystical gold and all the beautiful things that are, if we had it upside down, they'd be going up to the top. But they're going into the abundance. Me has no access to this beautiful, open, none. How do you get from here to that total abundance? How do you get from here to here and get all this beautiful stuff that flows into that space? This is a dense point right here. This is density. This is expansion, and we are meant to expand. When you are focused on you and you worry me, I've got to change things. Let's analyze me. Let's talk about me. How are you? What do you think of me? That is not expansion. That is you just staying exactly where you are, and that is not expansion. When you come away from the density, the me, this is why meditation opens up to this. It's expanding out. It's accessing all of this. It's going up into here. And all of this is there. All of this is in that expansive place. All of the answers, all of the abundance, all of the beautiful things are in that expansive place. And unlike the gravitational pull that's putting this money down here, the money's all up here. The money's up here. The money, there's no thought, because there's no thought about me up here. There's no me. There's just opportunities and abundance. There's no me gets this and you get this and you get this and he took this from me and why is she getting that? There's none of that. It's just total abundance. It doesn't judge anything. This little point here of you judges, has anger, resentment, blame. If you made a decision at some point that you're going to be broke, it was based on beliefs outside of yourself, you've got to just give it up. I made that decision. I chose that belief. Now I'm aware of where it came from. I'm done with it. I'm done with that belief of that I don't deserve to be in a loving relationship, that I don't deserve to be wealthy, that I'm never going to have a great body and be healthy. I've always been chunky, or whatever it is your story is. My family's whatever. I've heard that one before. You get to decide. And sometimes these things do come with us through genetics or whatever. Sometimes they do come with our culture or our family history or our family story. That's the challenge, is you to say, okay, my family always was broke. My family always acted like they were broke. They talked like they were broke. It was always a negative thing. We talked about being broke all the time. Or my parents never had a loving relationship. That's a big one. I have a lot of friends that came from very broken homes. And so, they carry that forward. That's what they know. That's what they see. Now you're out of the fog now. You don't have to believe that anymore, any of it. Those are individuals. They're all individuals making decisions based on whatever they brought forward or what they chose to believe. You get to choose something different. And this little me gets to expand and open up. Wow, okay, maybe it's not just about me, because you are everything. So if you're focusing on this, you're not focused on the everything. You are all of this stuff, but you don't believe it. So as long as you get to choose your free will, which you do, you're going to stay here, believing that that's all you are, and that all of this up here you don't have access to. And all of this lucky stuff that flows all over, just waiting to open up to you. You get to choose. And it's really that simple. It's really this simple. It really is. There's no judgment. There's no judgment in any of this. It's just flowing. It's just flowing wherever you are, if you are in the expansive place. So, see that? None of those, none of those pieces of money can get down into that tiny little point down there. It just can't get down there. It can't reach it. There's no room for it. There's no room in the point of little me. But there's plenty of room to flow here into this expansive place. Does this make sense? When you're laser focused. Oh gosh, I get emails. Please give me money, and this is why, and I need this, and a sad story. I'm like, why would you ask for something that you are able to do yourself, that you just don't believe? Because you're in some kind of situation where you have been told that it's impossible to get out of, and you're believing that. There's no such thing as impossible. There's no such thing as impossible. Quantum physics. Everything exists right now in every timeline. And time isn't a line anyways, right? If you fly to another country, what time is it? It's another time. Is it really another time? So what time is it? When you go up, time slows down, right? Does it slow down? Yeah, it slows down, doesn't it? Yeah, time slows down when you go, the higher you go. So people in space, they could be up there for a year and come down, and depending on where they are, come down and it will be 10 years later here. So what's time? There's no such thing, really. It's just a concept that keeps us a little bit more linear here. Able to show up at the same place at the same time. Are you going to release the singular me and expand? Because this pyramid is absolutely what's going on when it comes to abundance. And this continues on, just like light, a light beam shot off into space, never ends. It continues on forever. And somebody might see it 1,000,000 billion years from now, but it's still the same light, right? So don't worry about the time. Shine your light, expand it out, think about your bigger picture. Quit focusing on me and release it, and know that everything is fine, everything's okay, and you will be okay. And what am I going to do to expand? What can I do? Yes, maybe you have to take care of your family, get your finances in order. Quit worrying about the little me and focus on the expansion into what can I create, what can I do, how can I offer, what can I give? Because when I give, I become a value, and people are willing to pay for that. Gladly pay for your value of whatever it is you bring. So give that. Open and expand that in a big way. Don't be banging on doors. I see people, they keep doing the same dumb stuff over and over again, trying to make it work. Let it go. There's something else for you. It's taking you in a different direction, and you're not choosing that. You're not choosing the expansion. You're so set on the little me that needs this thing. right? I see it in business. People do this all the time. It has to be this way. I can make it work because I think it's great. What if it's not that? What if it expands into something else? What if what you're thinking of just isn't going to work? Be open. Where can this take me? I've learned a lot from this. I can take this someplace else. Maybe there's a variation of this. It's all about the creativity. There's no judgment about whether this is what you should be doing with your life. It's whatever you choose. Just expand and get out of that little pinpoint where nothing's going to make it down there. Nothing can get down there. Because it's just you and you're so dense. Just release it. Meditate. Think about expansion. Think about pushing your energy out. I am all this. What am I going to bring in now? What am I going to create now? Anything I want. What is that? Can you get rid of that? Release all the other stuff that tells you something different? You can. You get to choose. Choose a different thought. Don't fight anything. Choose a different thought. Fighting is focus. Oh, I feel bad. No. All right. Fear, worry. Doesn't feel good. Told you Ku was missing for a while, and I was like, all right. There's some concerns. The concerns are me creating a story in the future. So I created a story that Ku came back and everybody was happy and that he was just off. You know, whatever cats do. And that's exactly what happened. So I would have spent that time worrying. Of course, there was a little bit of going on, but I experienced it. I didn't react to it. I thought, I love the cat. I'm concerned about the cat's safety. But my worrying isn't going to change what's going on out there. If you can affect change and you can do something, you do it. If worrying about something is not changing anything to the positive, it's only focusing on that situation and keeping you there. There's no place for expansion there. The expansion is you focused on a lower frequency, and that's a very dense place. You are whole and perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Thank you for all of the abundance, the expansion, the joy, the peace that this planet is experiencing, that this planet is now accepting, that all light beings are welcoming. Namaste.